My name is James B. Dworkin. This will mean a lot to minor league players. Basically, in today's world, a major league player makes a minimum salary of $700,000 per season. In the minor leagues, there are no minimum salaries, and so you may find players making $4,000 or maybe $15,000. So when they have collective bargaining, I think what we'll see is minimum salary ranges for players in AAA minor leagues, AA minor leagues, and also in the single A minor leagues. So that'll mean a whole lot to players to have some certainty in their salary determination process. Well, most time when workers want to unionize, they sign what are called authorization cards. And once they sign these cards, they might present them to management, and management will say, okay, good, go to the National Labor Relations Board, and they can hold the formal election. That usually takes a lot of time. It may take months, it may take years sometimes. And so in this case, the minor league players showed the authorization cards to Major League Baseball, and Major League Baseball said, we will voluntarily recognize you and immediately begin the process of collective bargaining. So basically it means that Major League Baseball accepts the idea that minor leaguers should have a union to represent them for the purposes of wages, hours, and other terms and conditions of employment. This has been going on for a long time for minor leaguers. Major League Baseball had its first collective bargaining contract in 1968, so consider we're now like 55 years later. But I think just in the last couple of years, you've seen younger workers organize at Starbucks, you've seen Amazon, recently you've seen what's going on with the railroad situation, with the close to having a strike. So I think there seems to be a resurgence of interest in representation by unions, because one of the things unions do for employees is to give them voice. They get some decision making, or at least some voice in terms of management decisions that sometimes they may not agree with. With regard to the voluntary recognition, I would say if you had 100 different situations where workers were interested in unionizing, probably 99 of them go to the National Labor Relations Board. So it's really quite unusual to have voluntary recognition, meaning that you're going to bypass the National Labor Relations Board official election process and go right to the process of collective bargaining, which I think is a good sign. And I know the President of the United States even sent an email or a text to both Major League Baseball and the minor league players, thanking them for this cooperation and moving ahead in the process of collective bargaining.